Now off screen I've gone ahead and cleared out all of the notification center code so that we no longer have any of that functionality in our project. If I press the play button on the toolbar and I press on the blue cube, absolutely nothing happens, and our duty now is to add in this notification manager code and get everything up and running just as we saw it working before. Now we have the enemy script which is attached to these enemy cubes, and we have this target script attached to the blue cube, and we have the notification manager class which right now is attached to the main camera. Here you can see the notifications manager component. It doesn't have to be attached to the camera, it can be attached to any object in the scene. It will not matter because we're going to be making this notification manager a singleton object, meaning that there can be only one instance of it in the scene. Right now it is not a singleton object, so I guess the first thing we need to do is to code it to be a singleton object. So I'm going to open up this script file in MonoDevelop, and you can see we have it here. And I'm going to be adding some code to this class. So the first thing we're going to do is to make it a singleton object. So what I'm going to start with is by creating our private static variable, which is going to be the internal representation of our class. So I'm going to be calling this instance and initializing it to null. Now I'm going to create the public property to access that class. So the public static, again it's going to be a notification manager, and we're going to be capitalizing this as an instance, and we're going to be adding a get block for this property, like so. And we're going to be checking if the instance equals null, and if it does, it's going to equal a new instance of the notification manager, and it's going to return the instance, whether null or not. And then also we're going to need to create an awake function, which is where we're going to initialize the class. So we're going to check if we already have an instance active in memory, and if we do, it's going to destroy the object immediately. Otherwise, it's going to initialize the object to that instance. So we're going to have instance equals this, and don't destroy on load this game object. So this really configures the class to act as a singleton object, and we've seen this sort of functionality before. So now I'm just going to press Ctrl S on the keyboard to save that code, minimize MonoDevelop, and you can see that goes ahead and compiles our code immediately. So I'm just going to bring back MonoDevelop, and what we've created here is the beginnings of our notification manager, and right now it's configured as a static object, as a singleton object of which there can be only one instance in the scene, and all of our other objects now can access this notification manager object through the instance property. So we have a good beginning, but there's still much more work to do.